Hey everyone, welcome to the Jewel Call. Thanks so much for being on. My name is Julie Adams, and we are going to start right off the bat with two of my ambassadors and my downline who are just coming back from Leaders Retreat. And I just want to kind of talk about that from the beginning before I get started, because Leaders Retreat is amazing. Many of us were there for the third, fourth, second time, first time, and I want them to kind of give some takeaways about what they thought about it, their biggest aha moments, just for 3 or 4 minutes each, and then I'm going to start. So I'm going to start with Jill Sampson. You are up.
Hey guys. Okay, so when Julie asked me to do this, I knew exactly what I was going to say, because it's the one thing that I cannot stop thinking about, and I cannot get this picture out of my head. So it easily could have been the amazing parties that they threw, because oh my gosh, Plexus knows how to throw a party. Like every single detail, from themed parties with matching decorations and music and food, just incredible. Or I could have talked about how the Gaylord is like the biggest place I've ever been in my life, and not one detail went unnoticed or untouched, from like the escalators being decorated in Plexus. It was just incredible. But the one thing that I cannot get out of my head was one picture that I have out of like the 2,000 that I took, is of our company president, Alec, high-fiving people as they cross the finish line of the breast checkup 5K. So Alex stood there, and every 4,000 or 5,000 people that crossed that finish line, he gave a high five to. And I stood there after I high-fived him for like 30 minutes and just watched him. And I was just in awe. And, you know, I love Plexus. And I know I'm with a great company, but like that moment, I was just like, wow, like who does that? You know, like what company president does that? And that moment is just, you know, I go through all of my gorgeous pictures of everybody like being so beautiful and dressed up and everything. And every time I scroll past that picture, I'm just like, this is an amazing place. You know, six months ago, I wasn't even with this company, and here I was this day high-fiving the president of the company. So that was really huge to me. Another takeaway was just the generosity that I got to see with the company. So some of our sessions, one of our sessions, we got to watch a video of some of the charities that Plexus donates to, and just the impact that we have on this community, you know, people that aren't even involved in Plexus. And so that was amazing. Every single person who spoke in the days that we were there, like truly loves Plexus and truly loves what it does for people and the lives that it changes. Everybody believes in Plexus. And, you know, another takeaway was just like, we're all just real people. Like they're just real people, just like we are. And that's why Plexus is so attainable. Like doing well in this company is so attainable to everybody, because everybody's just like this, you know, down to earth, everyday, ordinary people that are humble and generous and just incredible. So for some of the sessions, I got to sit with the jewels. I sat with Julie with the jewels, and there was not one person who looked at me like I didn't belong. There wasn't one person who was like, who's this person? They weren't like scoping out my name tag to be like, oh, she's just a gold, you know. Nobody looked at me like I was unworthy. Everybody everybody just embraces everybody else. You know, the one Plexus, it's just so true from the top to the very, very beginning, to the very beginners. So that was incredible. So the 4 words that I have, and I'll finish up here, but the 4 words that just keep coming to me when I think of Leaders Retreat and the people that this company is made up of are authenticity, sincerity, humble, and generosity. So I'm going to leave you with words by one of the people who spoke to us, Diamond Ambassador Coach Ronnie Cuevas, and he told us, don't quit, have passion in everything you do, or if you don't, you can't talk about it. Have belief in the company and the products, have goals, write them down, and never quit.
Thank you, Jill, so much. And again, Jill, when did you start?
I started in the beginning of May.
So just look at the possibilities of what we have to look forward to next year and what you have to strive for next year, because it's an incredible, incredible trip. Way more beyond the parties, way more like she was talking about. It's the others, the nuts and bolts of why we're there and what we do there. So we can't wait to bring that back to all of you. Thank you so much, Jill. All right, Sarah Huffman, you're up.
Hi, everyone. I was planning on being really prepared, and I had a potential customer that had to talk to me for an hour right before the call. So I'm going to do my best. Jill and I talked before this so that we wouldn't repeat what each other said, but everything that she said, I totally agree with. If you've never been to a Plexus event, your belief in Plexus is so solid when you go to an event and see how much the corporate office people, how much all the jewels, how much everyone there believes in Plexus and truly knows what an amazing products we have. I mean, I had people that I've never met before that had nothing to do with our team, wanted to help coach me while I was there about, how they are successful and what they've done to help them. I started Plexus last May. And June 1st, I had 0 customers and 1 ambassador, my best friend Mary, and I was able to make Leaders Retreat last year. So anyone can do it. When you think about like the convention contest coming up, the people you're talking to today are the people you're setting up for January and February if they don't sign up now. Because, a lot of people truly does take 8 to 12 contacts for them to sign up. And this year I was able to do amazing things with, going to the VIP dinner and the fun money and stay at the Gaylord and things like that. But it goes so much beyond that to just the environment and the atmosphere and seeing so many people that I've talked to for months, maybe even a year, and never met. And to be able to meet them in person and to see them and hug them. And I mean, everywhere you go, you're like, oh my, like we saw the Diamond, I think her name's Timmy, in the airport. And she was talking to us while we were standing in line, just like she saw we had Plexus gear on. It's amazing how everyone there it is truly one Plexus. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be on a team. And leaders are born at events. That is so true. I left Leaders Retreat so pumped, so ready to take on the world, so ready to talk to everyone, tell everyone about how much I love Plexus and how they should too, tell everyone that they need this new X Factor Kids with probiotic. So when you're thinking about like Super Saturday, when you're thinking about convention, get there. Do whatever you can to get to these events because it truly can change your life and your belief about Plexus. Jill and I had not seen each other for 7 years. We met at a friend's pool randomly, didn't talk to each other again. And then, we're sitting together in a cabana in Orlando, talking, planning. It's amazing how life, how you can get back with connection. So people that you talk to now, they may not know that they need Plexus, but keep talking to them. You can all get there. You can all, last year at convention, I was able to get the $100 in winner's dinner. We can all do this. We were in the hot tub in Orlando. And there's an emerald that was in the hot tub. And we started talking to her. And she was like, if you guys have an hour, I'm going to tell you the cold hard truth about how to become a jewel, if you can handle it. And she was amazing with how she was, telling us to get over ourselves. Just so true. If you've read the book we're reading, just, reach out to people. Don't think that you're going to bother people. I've started having this mindset of, if they don't want Plexus, what's wrong with them? Not that I'm bothering them. That's no longer my mindset. It used to be, but now it's, what's wrong with them? And it's amazing how those people will come back. Just keep doing what you're doing and get to these events. My upline, Julie Smolenski, she talked to me for 8 months and I even hid from her. So you never know who will become your runner and once they stop ignoring you. So my biggest takeaway is that One Plexus is amazing. I have so many people that I talk to daily that have nothing to do with my team, that don't make me any money, but support me and are behind me. And that was exactly what Leaders Retreat was about. Amazing, the team atmosphere, amazing how amazing to hug all of you that I saw there, to see the jewels that we see all the time. I mean, it's just amazing. So get there for convention, get ready, get set for January, and let's all just kill it.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Best segues ever, too, because two things I want to say she just mentioned. A lot of you think, and I know we keep talking about Jill, but act like Jill's just a metaphor. I don't teach with Jill. A lot of people think that she's a teacher and we teach together. We've known each other for a long time. Jill and I met 3 years ago. We didn't even meet. I posted on a networking site in our hometown. She saw it and started asking questions. We went back and forth months and months at a time for 3 full years before she jumped into this. What if I would have quit on her? What if I would have stopped posting? What if I would have quit Plexus because I got down or because I couldn't find someone or didn't think I had my runner? Well, I just got a new runner because I didn't stop. It took over 3 years. We didn't even know each other. So please, please, please listen to those stories, believe them because they are true and they happen all the time. And the other part that she just brought up that you're going to find out, tonight we are talking about this. And I 100% mean it. This is going to be no holds barred. You know me, when I get talking, I get talking. So you better get your paper out, you better get your pencils out, you better show your face on this. I don't care if you're in your jammies, I don't care if you're in your bed. Put your screen on because you're going to make some commitments tonight to get over yourself, because that's what all of this is. This book is amazing if you've never read it. If you're not finished with it, if you haven't started it, get it. It's Get Over Your Damn Self, and it is 100% the best book that I have read about network marketing since I started Plexus 3.5 years ago, hands down. So start taking some notes. I'm going to ask for some interaction on this one. Use your chat. If you've never used the chat, it's at the very, very bottom. I'm going to be asking some things, and I want to see what your commitment level is. Obviously, there is some level of commitment, or you wouldn't be on this Zoom right now. You have 75 people on here right now because you're committed to being here, and you want something. You're not sure what you want yet or how much you want to put into this, but now is the time. So here we go. All right. So get over your damn self. Flat out. Me too. First story, I ran a trial last month. I've run a trial with Corinne Grodi. She's another diamond with me for the past 6 or 7 months. I am embarrassed to say, last month, I had 0 people in our trial. 0. Because I did not do the work that I should have done. I flat out did not work my business like I should have done. I was pissed at myself. I was sad. I was upset. And then I got over myself and it was like, you did this. This was your choice. You made the choice not to do the work you should have done. So this month, I had 15 because I did the work that I should have done to get where I want to be. That was excuses. I got over myself and decided that I am the sole reason that I had 0 people in my trial, and a month later I had 15. It is the truth. It works. And here's what you need to know. This is not going to be a fluffy Jewel call. I'm not yelling. I'm just a really loud person, so don't think this is yelling. It's not fluffy. Don't start thinking of vision boards. We're not talking about that stuff tonight because everyone on here is committed and they're here for a reason. So here we go. First one, 4 reasons people fail. You need to write these down. This is not about what you can do to feel better. Here are the 4 reasons people fail. Number 1, this is all coming from this book, by the way. They're not coachable. Period. We know people like that. We've been people like that. We might be people like that. They're not coachable. Here's a quote from Roni. If someone isn't seeing success, it's almost always because they're not following the system. Either because they don't trust it or they're arrogant enough to think that they can do it faster, stronger, and better. We have those people on our team who think they can do it better. They don't need your help, but they are floundering and they are drowning and they can't get out. So there's number 1. You have to be coachable. Number 2, they don't treat it like a business. I would say this should be number 1 because there are so many times when we are all in. This is a business, guys. I don't care if you have 4 other jobs. If you chose to do this, this is a volunteer army. No one's grabbing your arm and telling you to come do this. If you don't treat it like a business, it won't be. So that is number 2. I would flip it and I would say that's number 1. People don't treat it as a business. Number 3, people are not willing to get uncomfortable. You're not willing to get to the point, like Sarah said, where you don't care what people think if you talk about plexus. You don't care what people think if you ask them. I was there. We've all been there where I'm shaking. Like, oh, I don't want this person not to like me. I don't want them to hide me on Facebook. Then I'm like, what is the worst thing that's going to happen? They will say no. They will say maybe. They will say yes, or they will ignore me. Am I going to die? Will I die from talking about plexus? No. Like, I literally got to that point, and that was it. That's all I needed. So that's number 3. You have to get uncomfortable. If you're not willing to get uncomfortable, you will not get where you want to be. Fact. There's no way around it. Number 4, they're not hungry enough. You're not hungry enough. You don't want it enough. And the hardest part of all of us who know how amazing this is we can't want it for you. So I want to show you something really fast that I talk about all the time. Jenny King, if any of you know her, she's a business coach. She talks about it all the time. I posted this on my page the other day. I want you to see it, and I want you to think about it, and I'm going to stop talking for just a couple seconds. Read this to yourself. Think how many times you have said you don't have time, not even plexus, for anything. It does not exist. I don't have time doesn't exist. We all have the exact same 24 hours in a day. If you want it badly enough, you'll get it done. So think about that. There's no judgment here. If it's something that you want, you will get it done. But we who are trying to help you get there, your leaders, your friends who are trying to give you coaching calls and trying to help you with sip and sees, if you don't want it, you're not going to put the time in, we're not going to waste our time helping you anymore if it's not a priority. And I think that's something that just needs to be said, because it has gotten to the point where we really need to focus on the people who want this. I'm hoping 77 people on this call are people who truly want this. But if you don't start saying in your head, I've started saying this in my own head with anything. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. I put something else ahead of it. Really think about that with your plexus business. Is it a priority? What is your priority? My family is my priority first, and I sure hope it is for everyone else. But there are certain things that you have to do to make this work. My husband's in the other room, and luckily he's the most patient, loving man on earth, because I just scheduled a 6-hour training on Sunday on his birthday and forgot. Mike's birthday is Sunday, but he knows how important this is for me to get up there in front of 55 people and train them on something that I'm so passionate about I can't even see straight, and we'll just celebrate on Saturday. I made plexus a priority on my husband's birthday. I'm not saying you have to do that, but sometimes it has to be done, because if you want this to be what it's going to be, raise your hand if you've ever missed a game or a practice or something because of plexus. Or you've missed something where you just want to crawl up and you have to explain to your kids, guys, listen, this is for our family. I'm doing this for us. I promise you it's going to be worth it. I get chills thinking about it because it's happened to every single one of us who wants this more than we can even say. It makes a difference. Okay, so next, write this down. Think about it. I'm going to start asking for my chats. Okay, you ready? Why are you here? I'm going to sit here and wait. I have teacher wait time until the sun comes up. Start in the chat. Why are you here? You need a bulletproof why to get you through those days where you think you can't do it, where you think no one's ever going to order from you again, no one's ever going to sign up with you again. You just can't get a runner. Every excuse in the book. Why are you here? If you don't have a bulletproof why, you will quit. That is the honest truth. It may not be today. It may not be next month. It may not be until next year. But if you don't have a bulletproof why of why you're doing this, you will quit. So I'm going to give you a second because I want you to post in the chat right now. No one's getting out of this. I should see 78 people on that chat. And if you're not sure yet, you definitely need to write this down and you need to come up with your reason and message it to your sponsor. Because if you don't have a why, you are on really shaky ground right now. You have to have a solid why or you will quit when it gets tough. Let's check some of these at the bottom. I'm not going to go through any of them. Start reading through these. And if you have one statement or you have a few sentences, then get specific with your sponsor. If you're saying my family, tell me what about your family. You don't have to do it on the thread, but get in your own brain, talk with your shareholders, your family, and talk with your sponsor. Why? What specifically does financial freedom mean? What specifically does my family mean? What is your reason? There's a reason you're doing this. And don't just say to help people. We all love to help people. That cannot be your only reason. It's not. Think about it. Keep typing it in the chat so people can see why you're here. And you can remember why you're here. Because if you don't, you're done. You're done. And that's the hard part, because we can't get people to come back if they don't have a why. We can't get people to understand why it's so important if they don't have a why. And you've got to find one. And it has to be so steadfast that you will never stop. So keep putting it in there. Okay, next. So why are you here? Has to be bulletproof. We got it. How badly do you want it? This will separate the talkers from the doers every time. The people who are on 10 power hours a week are the doers. The people who say, oh yeah, I don't know, I kind of have to go to the store and I have to take a shower, are the talkers. If you're doing it, you're doing it. If you're talking, you're talking. And again, there's no judgment. You just have to know and be honest with yourself so you're not wasting anyone else's time. Because your leaders and your sidelines and your friends and your customers, everyone is trying to work together and help you. But if you're not there yet, you're just not ready. Jenny King talks about that all the time. If you're like cringing right now, like I wish you would stop talking, I feel like she's talking right to me. You're not ready, and that's okay. But if you're ready, you have to make sacrifices and you have to make this a priority. You have to. No Jewel, no Senior Gold, no Ruby, no wherever you want to be, did not get where they are without sacrificing. They did not. It's impossible. You have to do it. So you've got to decide if this is something that you want and how badly you want it. If you're not growing, here are two things you need to ask yourself. Write these down. Because most people, including myself, are not growing the way we used to grow. First thing, how many times have you presented the opportunity this week? She talks a lot about leading with the business. I'm going to talk about that at the end. How many times have you presented the business opportunity this week? My guess is the majority on this call is a big fat goose egg. Second question, how many three-way calls have you had this week? Whether with a new ambassador or a prospect. That's another thing that I know, at least in my downline, that's probably a big fat zero, because we used to do them all the time. And I can tell you right now, I've not been on a three-way call in probably 3 months. Easy. It's gone by the wayside. You have to have that third-party validation to help your prospects get that you're not the only crazy one who thinks this stuff works. You have to have your ambassadors know that there are other people involved in this. They can tell things to your new ambassador that maybe you can't because you're just too close. Three-way calls are a must. So those are the two questions, if you're not growing, you should ask yourself. And you're probably getting a big punch in the gut, like, oh my gosh, none, or not nearly as much as I should have. Okay, moving on. Again, I promise I'm really a nice person. If you just came on this and this is the first Jewel call you've ever been on, I'm not like a fighter or anything. Like I feel like I'm being really mean, but this is the truth. You've got to hear it. Okay, so what should I do? I'm telling you all this stuff, so what do? I have no runners. I can't get anybody to join me. I can't get anybody to be a customer. Here's the truth. You want to hear it? Like I'm getting ready or I'm about to say this to 75 people. I can promise you if that's happening, you are half-ass sharing. You're not sharing like you used to. Your activity level has dropped and you have pumped the brakes for some reason. If it's not happening as it should, you are not sharing the way you used to, because this is a numbers game. If you're friending 5 people a day and I'm friending 75 people a day, it's a numbers game. The odds of people engaging with me and engaging with you are completely not even close. I've started doing power hours thanks to Stacey Fraley's call. I've always done them on my own, but doing them with our team has been amazing and motivating and igniting. We have like 15 a week. It's crazy. But when we do 7 minutes of friending people, every single time I get 50 to 60 people in 7 minutes. We know the new Facebook algorithm says don't have 1,000 gazillion friends. So I'm starting to kind of take off some of the friends. I have no clue who they are, but these new people I want to engage with. So these new people are seeing my posts. 50 to 60 friends in 7 minutes. If you're not doing these power hours, you're not where you need to be. If you're trying to grow and work your business, no questions asked. I don't care if you work 15,000 jobs. If you want to do this, you should be doing 5 power hours a week minimum. 1 for every day of the week. It may not be a full hour, but it is just absolutely non-negotiable that you do a full power hour Monday through Friday. Even if it's 15-minute pockets, if you have to watch a video of how these are done, go for it. Figure out kind of how we do them. They are so simple. It's just getting the work done. 5 power hours a week. I'm going to start challenging my leaders and the people on my team to be doing 5 power hours a week. That's 5 hours. If you think you're going to get to where you want to get just working 5 hours a week, and you think that's too much, holy cow, you got another thing coming. 5 hours of working your business will change your business. 100% will change it. So find a time. Make it a priority if you want this. Okay. Don't ask your prospects and your new ambassadors what they want to do next. You tell them what the next steps are. When you sign someone, say, hey, you know what? Okay, so we do 3-way calls next. I'm going to talk with my friend Corinne, and she and I will set something up. Does Thursday or Friday at 9 o'clock work better for you? You don't ask them. They're going to say, oh, no, they don't want to bother you. They're going to say, oh, no, I'm good. Well, you just lost them. They're not getting trained how they should be. You tell people what the next steps are. You say, if someone's excited, oh, my gosh, I'm so glad you're excited about our new Slim. So I'm going to set up a quick little message chat with Corinne, and she can kind of give you her story and some more information about it. That should happen every single time you have someone serious about the products or the business, or if someone signs up or becomes a customer. Every time. You don't ask them, you tell them what happens next. It's not crazy aggressive. It's just in your delivery. You're not giving an option. That's how we train, and that's how it should be and should be duplicated. And always lead what's in it for them. I was not doing this. I always told my story because I wanted people to know that it could happen to them too. But instead of me telling all about me, you always tell what's in it for them. She literally has an acronym. It's WIIFT. What's in it for them? Oh my gosh, this could change your health. It's amazing. You could have so much more energy in the afternoons. It's the delivery, guys. It's semantics, and it works. What's in it for them every single time? Okay, obviously I'm just jumping all over the place. There's a New York Times article out that says on average, we know 600 people. The average person knows 600 people. So if I hear one more time that I've gone through my whole Facebook list, I'm going to hang up on you because it's not true. And your Facebook list is not where it should be, and Facebook is not the end all. The average human being knows 600 people, and with social media, that statistic is actually higher because of the friends we have on Facebook, the acquaintances we haven't talked to for 30 years that we're friends with on Facebook. So if you are at a standstill, you've got to go back to your Frank's list, talk to your sponsor, find a time and say, hey, I need help. I know it sounds crazy, but I can't get any more friends. I just feel like I'm totally tapped out. If they keep going through and adding more people and you literally cannot find more than 30 people that you know, then this person's not meant, they don't like people enough to even be on your team. They should just be a customer, like truly. If it's that hard for them to find someone that they know, they are much better off just being a customer. Don't even go the ambassador route. It's not worth your time. Okay? Okay. So what are you willing to do? We're coming down to this because we are like right out of time. What are you willing to do? This is going to come down to you. You need to be you. You need to be prepared and be confident, because that's where the power lies. You know more than they do just by picking up the phone. Be you, be confident, and be prepared. That's where the power lies. And we don't have to worry about being prepared. We have shareables. We have a back office. We have a huge network of team and family, Plexus family, who know the answers to stuff. That's where the power lies. Don't message someone apologetically saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been saying this, but have you ever tried the pink drink? Are you serious? Who's going to buy that? Say, this has changed my life. You want this? I cannot wait to send you a sample. What's your address? Boom, it's out. Okay? The next thing, if you find yourself in convincing mode, you're not asking enough questions, or they're just not ready. If you find yourself in convincing mode, if you're trying to convince someone to do this, you're not asking enough questions, or they're just not ready. But don't give up. You think I would have given up on Jill Sampson? I almost did. We always talk about the analogy. If you're in your backyard and you know there's gold in your backyard, are you ever going to stop digging? Never. This is the same thing. No matter what you want, no matter what your goal is, why would you stop if you know the goal is at the end of the tunnel? If you know it's there, you just don't know how long it's going to take to get you there, and you're feeling amazing and you have these amazing health products and you're sharing and you're growing as a person, why would you ever stop? But what are you willing to do? That's the question. And none of us can answer it for you. So hopefully this helps. I'm actually doing a training for my downline in Columbus, Ohio on Sunday. Obviously, we have all that committed. Everything's done. However, I'm doing an inside training from 3:15 Eastern, roughly, to 4:45 Eastern that I want to open up to all of you. It's going to be a Zoom number because we have people from out of state, out of city, out of everywhere who want to be involved. We're going to be talking more about training, leadership, and leading with the business. I'm going to be taking from John Maxwell, who spoke at Leaders Retreat, like blew my mind. We're going to be talking more about this book. We're going to be talking a lot about self-talk and what to say when you talk to yourself, and a lot of Jenny King. So I highly recommend, if you can do it, make it a priority. Put it in your calendar, get a babysitter, get the kids out of the house. 3:15 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, my husband's birthday. Kind of forgetting about that. 4:45, so an hour and a half. Get your butt in the seat, listen, get interactive with us, and see if you are ready for what you're ready for. These things have to happen. Told you it was going to be a swift kick in the booty. There are no excuses. Get over yourself and get it done. Make it a priority, and your business will change. And your life and yourself and your self-worth and your confidence might change too. Okay. Hi guys, I promise. I'm nice, I swear. All right, I'm gonna unmute you guys. Any questions for me? Oh yeah, Jackie, oh, I got it in me, girl. Okay, yes, I'm gonna share the Zoom number for training. I'll put it on HPP and Live in the Pink Life, but just put in your calendars 3:15 to 4:45 on Sunday.
What time zone?
I'm sorry?
What time zone?
Eastern, 3:15 Eastern. Oh, sorry, I was yelling at you, Sherry. 3:15 Eastern to 4:45 Eastern, roughly, because we come in from outside stuff from like 3 to 5.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to unmute you. I'm going to look more in these chats to see what's your why you're here, and have a great night. Just think about it. Keep thinking, because it's crucial to how you're going to succeed with this business. All right. Let me unmute you so you can all yell at me.
That was awesome.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
Like best call I've done in a long time.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Wow.
Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Julie.